Hi, Jack Canfield here. Welcome to Hollywood Live. My first guest today is Danny Nguyen from Danny Nguyen International. He is a world-class commercial real estate developer in Houston, Texas. We're going to talk about all that and some secrets about how to be more successful in your life as well. So welcome, Danny.
Thank you so much for the opportunity, Jack.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Yes, sir.
So talk to me about yourself a little bit. Just tell me a little about yourself and about your company and what you do.
Yes, I graduated from Texas A&M University, and after that I jumped right into commercial real estate wholeheartedly and by choice. And after 20 years of doing it, I still love it. You know, making deals and putting people and projects together is so exciting. And along the journey, I also get involved with a lot of community activities. I serve on several boards and committees, mainly focusing on economic development, and found the Vietnamese American Chamber of Commerce. But the highest honor, Jack, privilege for me is to get elected and serve at the city council at large.
Did you really, in Houston?
Yes, in Missouri City, Houston, Texas.
Congratulations.
And you knew that 35 years ago, I came to America as a political refugee from Vietnam. And with all the privileges and freedom, we have been very blessed.
Yes, you have.
Yes.
And also hard work.
Yes, yeah, we cannot have that missing part, yes.
That's an important part. So now you are an entrepreneur in the commercial real estate world. When was the moment in your life, that defining moment or event or epiphany you had to say, I want to go into commercial real estate?
Yes. Three freedom that I treasure the most, or we almost risk our life as many other million of the Vietnamese refugees, are freedom of speech, free enterprise, and freedom to own property right. And you know that several places in the world, owning a person's business is a luxury, and only government can own properties.
It's true.
And because of that privilege and opportunity, so I run it full force. So I work hard owning my own business, bought the Remax franchise, and get my first piece of property. And I want several people to take advantage of the opportunity to realize their entrepreneurial and owning property rights.
That's great. I really appreciate that. You know, here you are, commercial real estate. You look at your industry, that industry of commercial real estate.
Yes.
How would you describe the state of that industry right now in our country?
You know, commercial real estate market is very dynamic and cyclical. It's very challenging. There's so many moving parts. It's so unpredictable. And the only thing I know for sure is that whether the economy is up or down, it has its own challenges and opportunities. So what we focus on is focus on the opportunity. So in the past few years, Jack, when the economy was down, we had the privilege to help several clients to take advantage of the low price, and several make a fortune out of that. So just focus on the opportunity it presents and add value and solve problem, because the problem always exists regardless whether the economy is up or down. Yeah.
Now you've been very successful, and our viewers out there are wanting to be more successful in their lives. What would you say has been some of the secrets of your success that they could learn from?
Yes. You know, thank you so much for saying the word success. You know, coming from a very humble beginning, I'm not sure if I want to accept that, but you know that's why I'm so honored when I got to follow you and study your philosophy and principle of success. You know, it's very deep and profound. It's more than materials. It's a balance of how you enrich your other areas in our life too. So you know, so it's very in sync with my core values. So the first thing I tell people is that you must love what you do. You must do something that your heart and your soul desires, because if not, then you're kidding. There's no way that you can bring people happiness. There's no way that you can overcome that adversity, because success has a price. So you know, we wanted freedom so much that 30-something years ago, we were willing to risk our life for freedom. We wanted so much. So if that person have that strong desire, so I think that's the most critical piece.
You know, it's interesting listening to you. I wish every teenager in America could hear you talking, because they all take what you prize so much and risk your life and your family's life to get over here to do, they all take for granted.
Yes.
And unfortunately, they don't take advantage of it as much as someone like yourself who has taken advantage of the wonderful opportunity
Yes,
that we
sir.
have in this country. So anyway, congratulations.
Thank
I
you,
hope
sir.
some of them are watching right now.
Yes, sir.
Now, you have succeeded quite a bit, but where you are now, very successful, if you were to go back to the young Danny who just was deciding to get into this business, deciding to become an entrepreneur, knowing what you know now, what advice would you give him when he was younger, just starting out?
Yes, earlier you make me think quite a bit about the younger generations. My father and I, we pay a dear price to be here just for those precious privilege. And now I have 3 boys. And sometimes I was wondering, Jack, I said, with the new, now they are just like American, they never know the values of what they have. So that is I guess, the next chapter in my life. I want to use the privilege that we have had, all the blessing that we have because the freedom has given us to become a poor refugee, to become who we are. So we want to remind them constantly, our fellow American, we cannot take freedom for granted. Because if you look at on TV, you see the Syrian refugee.
Right.
They are willing to just run aimlessly, whatever they can to run away from oppression just for freedom. So I hope that with the real story happened in the past and what is happening right now, they will understand the value. That's why I'm so privileged to join you in the book of Soul Success.
Well, I appreciate that, yeah, and
Yes,
I
sir.
appreciate your contribution. So if you were talking to your sons and they were going to start out to be entrepreneurs, what would you tell them? Besides, I get the freedom part.
Yes, sir.
What else would you tell them in order to be a successful entrepreneur?
I think there are 3 pieces. The freedom, and then, freedom did not give us anything. It's give us opportunities. Freedom did not give you wealth or happiness. Freedom give you a license to pursue your happiness.
Right.
So they are aware of the freedom, they appreciate the opportunity, but they have to have the courage to jump in and work so hard to take risks. Because after all, this is the land of the free and the home of the brave. And if you look at all the rewards in this country, it belongs to the one who take risk.
Yes, it's true.
Yes, sir.
Entrepreneurs have to take risks.
Yes, sir.
Very good.
Calculated risk, if you will.
Yeah, really. Well, of course, of course.
Yes, sir.
I wish we had about 3 days to just interview you and then show that in American high schools. We don't. Unfortunately, we have a very little bit of time on this segment. But if people want to contact you to find out more about what you do and what you teach, where would they go?
Yes, with the internet nowadays, they're easy. Look up online, Danny Nguyen, CCIM, or dncommercial.net. dncommercial.net.
Very good. And that'll
Yeah.
all be on the screen so people can
Yeah.
get to you.
Yes,
Well,
sir.
you're an amazing, wonderful testament to the possibility that anyone can be successful. So I'm really glad to have had you on the show. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Yes, one more thing.
Go
This
ahead.
without be completed. I want to thank you so much for going to Vietnam a few years ago.
I did, yes.
And you didn't have to do it, but you did.
That's right.
And you brought the message of hope and inspirations. And they are still talking about it. So you left a profound impact to the young Vietnamese who are hungry for opportunities. I hope that, the younger generation will learn from the free country and benefit from it. So thank you. I hope you come back someday.
I will, and I plan to in a couple of years and maybe even next year. But I had so much of a good time there. People treated me well. And more importantly, there is a dynamic energy in Vietnam.
Yes,
You can feel it. It's palpable. People
Yes,
really
sir.
want to be successful. So it was really fun to teach there. So thank you for acknowledging that. All right. I wish we could talk forever. As I said, we don't have that time to do that. So stay tuned. We'll be right back after this message.